describe Garrett, if you had to describe him to somebody who doesn't know anything about him, what would you say?
Energetic, outgoing, thoughtful, caring. Someone who, when you meet him, you will have a friend for life. Someone who seems uniquely interested in you alone. And when he talks to you, he's focused on your conversation. He's not paying attention to what's going around, and will give you as much of his time as he can spare.
And when did you really start to think that you could be someone like special?
I'm not good at that.
Garrett stood out in high school. He was on the very top tier of high school recruits in any stroke, especially with the freestyles, but he's a very good back stroker. His technique, his attention to detail was something that you would note as a coach very early on. And he had a tremendous kick. And as fate has it, his senior year in high school, after he committed to coming to the University of Texas, he swam incredibly fast. And that sort of was the spark for him continuing on to keep getting better and better and better. So he always had a beautiful stroke, and he needed to acquire more strength and just basically having to have more opportunities to race against the very best. And as he matured as an athlete in our sport, he got to where instead of chasing the very best, he was eye to eye with them and then became the very best.
When was it that he kind of broke through and became very best?
At the Olympic trials in 2004, it's an oft-told story, but Garrett missed making the Olympic team by the equivalent of a strand of your hair. And that's over the course of 100 meters, so by a micrometer. And in a way, it may have been one of the better things that ever happened to his career, because there's a couple of things that could happen. One would be you'd crawl into a little shell and feel sorry for yourself, and the other would say, what do I have to do to break through whatever that barrier was? And in his case, it was time. He just, he was the youngest person in the finals of the event by a long shot. But I would say that was his breakthrough was actually getting 7th place at the Olympic trials in 2004. And from there, his career just reached like a who's who in modern day swimming. World championships, Olympic trials, the Olympic team, more world championships, and hopefully a berth on the 2012 Olympic team.
Why do you like coaching Garrett?
I do enjoy coaching Garrett. I enjoy coaching Garrett because he constantly wants to learn. He constantly wants to get better. He hasn't accepted that he's as good as he's going to be. And he's willing to do what we ask always, as opposed to possibly being at the level he's at and saying, well, I've gotten everything I could out of them. Now I'm going to kind of figure out my own body, my own style. He's willing to sacrifice maybe what he might think is right internally and say, you are my coaches, I will do what you say. And I appreciate that very much. He does things outside of the pool that a coach wants their athletes to do. He's very nutrition conscious. He watches his fluid intake. He gets the proper amount of sleep. He goes to a chiropractor. If he feels any kind of ailment whatsoever, he's the first guy to go see a doctor or a trainer to find out what's wrong. So he's the ideal athlete in terms of doing what you're supposed to do to be the best you can be.
How do you feel, do you think he's on the right track right now? Where he is right now is where he should be?
Garrett's on a great track right now. The unknown is, in our country, to make the Olympic team is incredibly difficult because in an individual event, you have to be first or second. And Garrett missed the Olympic team by when I say with a strand of a hair. Well, there's people out there who are knocking on the door of that. And Garrett, he's the target of many people. But at the same time, there's several people who are in a position that if the wind blows the right way on that day, they could be honing in on the same events he's trying to hone in on.
Do you think he can reach his goal of getting that individual gold medal?
I will answer that question the same way I answered about making an Olympic team. Garrett is in the mix of people who can win the gold medal. many people have that goal in every event. And it doesn't matter if it's swimming or track and field or if it's equestrian event. Only one person is going to get it. Can he get that? He could. Will he get that? There's no way I can guarantee that at all. And I could probably name 6 to